I can't say enough good things about Simon. He did save my life in a way that I don't know if anybody else could have. I'm eternally grateful. I was at a state a while back, just under a year ago, that I wasn't feeling that great. I was a bit over 300 pounds, not feeling healthy. And top it all off, I had just gone in for some blood work with a doctor, and they called me back in, telling me they wanted to speak to me about my diabetes. And I was very confused because I've never had diabetes before. And I thought, you know what, this is a bit of a wake-up call, and I've got to do something. And I've got a very supportive wife who had said, you know what, you've been trying to do this for quite some time on your own. You haven't been successful, or you've had bursts where you've been successful, then you fall back in again. Why don't you seek a personal trainer, a professional that can guide you and maybe work with you for a little bit, maybe set you on track. That's where I met you, Simon, and you posed a really funny question to me. You said, John, are you ready for a challenge? A light went off inside of me, and I said, I don't want to go back to that 300 plus pound guy. I think we clicked in at 311, but I think I was probably more when I met you, Simon. I never really got onto the scales because I didn't want to. But I proceeded, and then I felt so good. Like I felt like I could conquer these 3 weeks after having that little bit. And then you kind of, you shake a little bit, and you're wavering off a little bit, and then you reach out to you again, and just speaking to you, and just your small message that you were giving, even without us calling you, that you were saying, this is what you're going to go through. This is what's going to happen, but I'm right here. You guys need anything, let me know. I'm here. Whatever your questions are, I'll get back to you. Let me know. And I felt like there was a safety net there for me, knowing that, okay, I'm in good hands. You're very knowledgeable, because everything that I would ask you or something that I was going through, you had a perfectly good answer for me. Because I told my doctor, I don't want to go on these diabetic pills. I want to try to lose some weight. She gave me 3 months to correct this problem. If not, I had to go on the pills because it's a life-threatening issue now. Simon said, I want you to take pictures. And I was like, all right. So I took these pictures at the beginning, and my wife was like, hey, like, could you see the difference? And I couldn't see a difference at all. But my pants were now falling off me. My shirts were loose. I was at the point that I was almost having to wear a 3XL. A 2XL was now being baggy. I felt this boost of energy also that came from eating right, that I was telling Simon, I never want to go back to eating that way. I don't care. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I think I lost like 46 pounds right off that. Now I had a lot to lose, so it wasn't that hard to lose that kind of weight, but I didn't want to stop, and I just wanted to continue. And it's been life-changing. It's been an awakening inside of me where I want to continue to do this. Fast forwarding a little bit from that point, I went back to go see my doctor, and
this is the
did
best
blood work. And I went in and I did the blood work, and she brought me back in. I went in and she said, you know what, John? So absolutely, your diabetes is cleared. And she goes, okay, I just want to get your weights and stuff. And I weighed in, and she goes, oh, I think I made a typo. I wrote over here 300, and I said, no, that wasn't a typo. And she shook her head and looked over at the scale, looked over at me, looked at her paperwork, and she's like, oh my God, what did you do? And I said, well, I had to get serious about this, and I got help. There was also another little hiccup that we had during this. I tore my meniscus. And for anybody who doesn't know about that, it feels like somebody sludged you in the back of the knee with a baseball bat, or for people in England, a cricket bat. But it really hurt. I really couldn't put my leg down for a couple of days. And every time I walked, I was kind of like limping. So it was a little difficult. Again, I reached out to Simon, and I said, hey man, like, this is what's going on. I know. He goes, don't worry, it's all good. It's always all good with Simon. It's no worries, no worries.
In that accent?
I can't do the accent. You keep on telling me I can't. So we did a bit of work together again, and you showed me that we could do other forms of cardio, other forms of training, and that I don't have to use my knee until it's good. And not giving up was a huge thing. I'm going to continue doing the stuff that he's taught me. And I would recommend anybody who's on the shelf just saying, I'm going to do this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to wait till Monday. Don't. Do it now. Get on his page, Facebook, whatever it is, do it now. 3 days from now, when you finish those first 3 days, or those first 4 days, or that first week, you're going to be grateful that you did it. You've got to start somewhere, man. You have to start somewhere. You got to where you are now, not overnight. It takes a while. Trust in Simon, trust in this method, and I can guarantee you that it'll work. And if you fall, you've got a great safety net in Simon, who will tell you, no worries, no, it's okay, start again. And he'll encourage you to go through, and he's amazing. He's an amazing human being. Everybody's in there for the same thing, so you're not alone. And when you're feeling that little bit of weakness or whatever, and all of a sudden you see that your mate over in England did 18,000 steps, and you're like, oh, hell no, there's no way I'm going to let him down. I'm going to go out there and capture at least up to 10,000, or I'm going to do whatever I possibly can. The guys that you meet on there are fantastic. Some of them are like master chefs. Like you're looking at their plate, you're like, oh my God, like I want to do that.
Makes you step your game up.
Yeah, and I mean, you meet a lot of witty people that are on, and they make you laugh a little bit, and just make your journey a little easier. So yeah, it was amazing meeting every person that I met on your site there. It was really cool.
So
I love the I hate you, Simon Macy.
I think that was after the first 3 or 4 days as well, maybe.
That's right.
So, John, look, I really appreciate you giving up your time here.
Anytime.
Just tell everyone so far, what are we up to now in terms of weight that we've lost together, that you've lost?
So we've lost close to 80 pounds now.
80 pounds.
Together. So there is one more thing that I did want to mention. I'm lucky enough to have space to work in, you know, but the exercises that are given to you, you don't need a lot of room. Like when Simon says, all you need is a very small space to do this and the willingness to do it, it's true. You don't need a lot of equipment. You don't need anything but your body weight and your will. And where there's a will, there's a way. And I know that that was huge. Just sometimes, like, because I work in a very confined truck, so I don't always have space to do things, and I'd have to work a lot of hours of overtime. So I was like pretty determined about this, and I was like, I don't care. The size that I have here is more than enough for me to do my tricep workout, my push-ups, my squats, my pulls. I had enough, and it was I'm in a very small truck, very, very small truck, and it was more than enough for me to still get my workouts in. And
I love that video you sent me. That video you sent me of you with the resistance bands and your lunchbox in the back of your truck saying, I'm at work, but I'm still getting my workout in.
Yeah, like the truck is no bigger than, I would say it's 3 feet by 6 feet. That's all that I had, because I got to work in a very small confined space, got to be controlled. And I was able to do those workouts with those resistance bands. And I didn't even need the resistance bands. You can always do it on your own with the little stuff that you've got.
If you're not exercising at the moment and you don't know how to exercise and you don't have the time to go to the gym, or, you know, you don't know where to start with your nutrition, just start off small. Like, the huge thing I know that John changed was his portion size when it came to his food. And that just simple tweak that he made with his food had a huge impact. You know, he started doing 10-minute workouts daily, changed his nutrition. You know, he was already drinking lots of water, but all these things added up to a really big deal and gave him like huge results, and these results that he's had. So again, John, I really appreciate you giving up your time today and talking to everyone about your about your transformation. And yeah, thanks again for sharing your story and your journey. And we are not far away from hitting those 3 figures.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I want to wish all your future people on your site, I want to wish them the best of luck. And if they ever want to talk to me or get a hold of me or anything, I'm always available. You've got my number, Si.
Yeah.
So you can always pass that along.
You can find John on Facebook. He only has one friend on Facebook, and it's me.
That's so true. That is true. I'm sorry. I'm not really a Facebook person, so I'm really not on it.
So if he doesn't reply straight away, just give him time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not on Facebook, but I mean, like, if anybody does want to get me on Facebook, just go on to Simon and click me as a friend. I'll add you. No problem at all. I don't know if I ever see those warnings, but I will go in every once in a while. But I do want to wish all of you really good luck on your journey, and I know that you guys will succeed. It's all about baby steps, and then you'll start running from there. You got to start crawling before you can run.
Awesome, John. Really appreciate it, dude.
All right, mate.
Take
All
it
the
easy.
best.